Operation Epic Fury. Folks, the United States military just absolutely devastated Iran's war machine. 13,000 targets obliterated, 80% of their air defenses turned into rubble. And now Vice President JD Vance is wheels up to Pakistan with a simple message for the Ayatollahs. Negotiate in good faith or face the consequences. Here's where it gets interesting. While America projects unprecedented strength, Iran is still trying to choke the global oil supplies through the Strait of Hormuz. And Democrats back home are actually trying to limit President Trump's authority to protect you. So what is their end game here? Well, I'll tell you exactly why this matters. See, Iran has been the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism for decades. They've killed American soldiers, funded attacks on our allies, and have been racing towards nuclear weapons capability. Weapons designed to threaten your children and your grandchildren. Now, the Trump administration has done what no previous administration had the courage to do. They've systematically dismantled Iran's ability to wage war. 450 ballistic missile storage facilities gone, 800 drone facilities destroyed, 2,000 command and control nodes eliminated. This is peace through strength in action, and it's protecting American lives right now. But here's where it gets personal for your wallet. Iran is trying to control the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world's oil passes through. They're demanding fees, restricting passage, and only 8 vessels got through in 48 hours. That means higher gas prices, higher heating costs, and economic pain. Unless President Trump's team closes this deal from a position of absolute dominance. Speaking of strategic dominance, while Trump dismantles Iran's capabilities abroad, he's simultaneously fortifying America's mineral independence at home. This breaking news, the White House just committed over $30 billion to secure America's critical mineral supply chains, specifically naming an Alaskan project as vital to U.S. mineral independence. Now, Trump's new Project Vault, a $12 billion strategic mineral reserve, it's not just about economics, it's about national security. The same minerals that are powering our defense systems, copper, zinc, silver. Alaska's governor now backing the Palmer Project, the exact asset highlighted in White House reports. Vizsla Copper owns 100% of it. They trade in the U.S. under VCUFF and in Canada as VCU.V. When government backing hit other Alaskan miners, shares surged over 200%. Check the exclusive briefing prepared below. This could be that pivotal moment. America's strength depends on controlling our own resources, not relying on hostile nations like Iran. Now, here's what the mainstream media doesn't want you to understand about this moment. Vice President Vance made it crystal clear before boarding that plane. The Trump administration is extending an open hand. But if Iran tries to play games, they're going to find this negotiating team is not receptive to. Translation? America is negotiating from strength and not weakness. And while our military heroes delivered a decisive blow, Democrats like Hakeem Jeffries are actually trying to limit President Trump's authority to protect American families. Senator Rick Scott didn't hold back on that one either. First, let's go to the vice president as he's departing for Islamabad, Pakistan. Tomorrow is the big peace negotiation. We'll all be watching.
We're looking forward to the negotiation. I think it's going to be positive. We'll, of course, see. As the President of the United States said, if the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly willing to extend the open hand. If they're going to try to play us, then they're going to find that the negotiating team is not that receptive. So we're going to try to have a positive negotiation. The President has gave us some pretty clear guidelines, and we're going to see. So I hope you guys have a safe flight. We'll certainly take some questions later on. But for now, let's get on the plane and hit the road. Thank you all.
So the big talks begin tomorrow. The vice president headed to Pakistan to test Iran's sincerity. Rick Scott's not hiding his feeling. Listen.
I want to bring in Florida Senator Rick Scott. He is a member of the Senate Foreign Relations and Armed Services Committee. Senator, good morning to you.
Jeffrey's an idiot. I mean, here's a country that wants to develop a nuclear weapon to kill Americans, and they've been killing Americans, and he wants to limit the president's authority. I want this president to do everything he can to protect my family, your family, all of us. So Jeffries is a complete idiot on this, and it'll never pass the Senate if it does pass the House.
Well,
Scott is not mincing words about Jeffries, but tensions are skyrocketing in the Strait of Hormuz. Now we dive into Iran's aggressive actions ahead of critical negotiations. Iran moves to control the strait with reports of tolls and restricted passage raising global concerns as tensions rise ahead of the talks.
Fox News, Iran is indeed demanding fees for the few vessels it's allowing to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. This official adds the strait is effectively under full IRGC control. They decide who gets to go through, but more importantly, who doesn't. I am told that there is intelligence being shared in the intel community about how Iran is trying to tighten its grip on this strait ahead of the negotiations this weekend. Overnight, President Trump taking to Truth Social to talk about the issue, saying, quote, Iran is doing a very poor job, dishonorable, some would say, of allowing oil to go through the Strait of Hormuz. That is not the agreement we have. With just 8 vessels reportedly passing through the strait in the first 48 hours of the ceasefire, a statement was released via state media from Iran's supreme leader overnight saying, quote, and certainly we are entering a new era with the management of the Strait of Hormuz. We did not and do not seek war, but we will not give up our rightful rights in any way. And for this, we consider all the fronts of resistance as one. The region is waiting to see the outcome of the talks in Pakistan as Iranian officials and U.S. officials appear to be discussing a different set of terms. Iraq's foreign minister spoke yesterday about the talks.
We discussed the upcoming negotiation process in Pakistan, and we support and encourage this process. And we hope that the negotiation process will achieve its goals, which are peace and security in the region.
One issue that appears to be a sticking point is whether or not Israel will still be able to strike Hezbollah, Iran's largest proxy based in Lebanon. Overnight, the Israelis struck a variety of launching positions in southern Lebanon, and shortly after, Hezbollah launched a rocket that triggered sirens in Tel Aviv.
So the Strait of Hormuz is getting tightened under Iran's grip. Trump's decisive response now taking center stage. The Joint Chiefs revealed just how hard Iran's defenses have been hit. Listen to this.
And our interests for years to come. Since the beginning of major combat operations, the United States Joint Force has struck more than 13,000 targets, including in that 13,000, more than 4,000 dynamic targets that popped up on the battlefield and were immediately addressed, thanks to the exceptional command and control system and intelligence, acumen, and agility of our joint force. CENTCOM forces destroyed approximately 80% of Iran's air defense systems, striking more than 1,500 air defense targets, more than 450 ballistic missile storage facilities, 800 one-way attack drones storage facilities. All of these systems are gone. We've devastated Iran's command and control and logistical networks, destroying more than 2,000 command and control nodes and degrading their ability to target U.S. and friendly forces.
While the U.S. military strategy against Iran unfolds, Rick Scott's fiery rhetoric extends beyond Iran to include NATO. His views on America's role in Europe may just surprise you. Listen to this.
Your thoughts?
Well, first off, I mean, Europe would all be speaking German if it wasn't for the American service members. And what we did to save their butts in the Second World War, for them to not support what we're doing in Iran to make them safer and Americans safer is just foolish. So NATO's going to have to change. Either they're going to step up and be a partner and be an ally, or why are we even involved in it? It doesn't make any sense. Them not supporting what we're doing in Iran, not letting us use military bases. I mean, we built probably most of that stuff. And clearly, American dollars went into all the defense of Europe over the years. So something's going to change.
Well, yeah, something's going to change. We should just get the hell out of NATO to begin with. That's my take. Now, here's the truth the establishment doesn't want you to see. President Trump has fundamentally changed America's position in the world. We went from an administration that sent pallets of cash to Iran to an administration that destroyed 80% of their air defenses and is now dictating the terms. Senator Rick Scott said it perfectly. Hakeem Jeffries is an idiot for trying to limit presidential authority when we're dealing with a regime that wants to build nuclear weapons to kill Americans. Let's talk about our so-called NATO allies who won't even support us against Iran. Rick Scott reminded them Europe would be speaking German right now if American service members hadn't saved them in World War II. If they won't stand with us, why are we standing with them? This is the America First doctrine in action, folks. So, Patriot, what you're witnessing here is the complete transformation of American foreign policy. President Trump and Vice President Vance are showing the world that America will no longer be pushed around and manipulated or played for fools. We destroyed Iran's military infrastructure. We're negotiating from absolute strength. And we're calling out the Democrats and weak NATO allies who refuse to support American security. This is what leadership looks like. So I need to share this video with every patriot you know. They need to see what the mainstream media is hiding from them. Drop a comment and tell me, do you think NATO should support American actions against Iran, yes or no? And since you made it to the end of the video, congratulations. Not everybody does. But since you did, that means you care. And since you care, I want you to text raw feed to 844-840-4963. That's my direct connection with you, so you never miss a notification directly from me. When YouTube fails you, when the algorithm buries our videos under countless corporate spin, you'll find me directly on a message to your phone. Text raw feed 844-840-4963. And don't forget to check out the Next News merch shelf below this video and show your support for the Next News Network. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and remember, we're here every single day bringing you the truth. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi. Stay informed and stay free.
The system controls information. Information control is power. I don't want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.